Well, let's get to our friends and foes segment. We're going to lean on tag teams today. First off, who are the top 3 tag teams in wrestling today? Who do you like?
Usos number one.
Okay.
They're incredible, in my opinion.
I think so too. I wish they did more traditional and pure tag team matches. They're often out there with Roman Reigns and involved in a lot of his stuff. And don't get me wrong, that is great. It's one of the highlights of the WWE product right now. But I'd like to see them get a 30-minute match once in a while. I know they have it in them, and when we've seen them do it, they've been great.
Yeah, I like them, and I like FTR, right? And the third would be, I really enjoy Dominic and Ray.
Oh, they're coming on, aren't they?
Yeah. That Dominic has just come so far, from a kid that remember when he first came, he couldn't work on it. He couldn't work from his left side because in Mexico you're trained to work with the right arm. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're aware of that, right?
Yep.
So when he first came up there, even a guy like Manny, it took a guy like Manny, as great as Manny is, Andrade, they had a hell of a match because Manny could work both ways too. It's like being ambidextrous. And I'm not ambidextrous. I can't work. When I was wrestling down there a couple times, it took me a while to catch on to that.
Well, it's a totally different way. It's like working in a mirror, isn't it?
Exactly. Absolutely.
Now, here's I like Ray and Dominic. Here's my top 3, Nate.
Okay.
I go with FTR number 1. I go with the Usos number 2. I go with the Young Bucks number 3.
Oh, forgot about the Young Bucks.
I wish I saw the Young Bucks work a little bit more. They're not getting the amount of matches. I know one of them just had COVID. And I wish that Santana and Ortiz in AEW got more matches because I think they're really good, but they really don't get many tag matches. They've not really been in the title picture, so they're not featured much.
Yeah, that's my bad for leaving the Bucks out because you're right. I haven't seen them on TV in a while, but they are absolutely incredible, and really 2 nice kids too. I mean, I guess for me, because I like all these guys so much that it's hard for me to draw a hard line because if I don't mention them, then Rick doesn't think we're any good, and that's not the truth. There are a lot of good ones, but if you ask me to 3, I'm going to have to put the Bucks ahead of Ray and Dominic.
Yeah, there are a lot of great tag teams out there.
Yeah, yes.
I just like FTR because they're so fundamental and they work a pure tag team style. I put the Usos second for all the reasons we've talked about. I put the Bucks third because they haven't been involved in a lot of matches. But I think on the day, the Bucks are the best tag team around, and I think they've probably been the best tag team over the last 5 years. If you look at achievement over the last 5 years, they might well be number 1. Now, are the Hardy Boys the best tag team ever? Is that a possibility? Because that's kind of who I have up there.
Oh, at one time they were. Yeah, they certainly were at one time. That once again, we're talking about different generations. Believe it or not, they were the best tag team back in
They were the best of their generation. I think that's absolutely fair to say.
Yeah, very fair. I'll tell you who else was a damn good tag team was Edge and Christian.
Yep.
Back in the day. But if you're going to go with the all-times, that's why I say they should be bracketed differently. Ray and Nick, Arn and Tully, geez, I don't know. I mean, I'm telling you, Ray and Nick with Bobby Heenan as a manager may have been one of the greatest shows on earth.